This is the super duper rare HIWATT LA412. It took me months to find this cabinet. And the whole reason I bought it was I had suspicions that it was used for recording in utero, which I've recently discovered it actually wasn't, but more on that later. The HIWATT LA412 is a super cool cab. Here in Seattle, I went and saw Kurtz in person at the Museum of Pop Art, along with a bunch of other awesome Nirvana stuff. If you're new here and you've never seen my channel or watched my videos, you're quickly gonna find out that this is like a total Nirvana nerd channel. The way this all started for me was, honestly, I got into guitar like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, and the guitar tone on In Utero just kind of drove me crazy. Mainly it was the clean tone for Rape Me. I had to figure out how to have that sound and use that type of tone for my own music. And then I did what most of us usually do. I totally went down the rabbit hole. And for me, the HIWATT cabinet kind of represented that last piece of Nirvana gear that I hadn't had, but felt like I needed to be able to crack that final puzzle to how in the world are they getting that sound. I've talked to Bob Weston, who was an engineer on In Utero sessions. I've talked with Steve Albini through email, and I'm actually planning on going up to Chicago to meet him soon. I've talked with Brian from Kurtz Equipment quite a bit. We're good friends, and he kind of relays stuff on to Ernie for me. So in a way, I'm talking to Ernie Bailey as well, and they're giving me lots of really juicy info that I've never seen before. And this whole process has kind of turned into a really weird thing. I feel like I've become more of a guitar scientist than a guitar player, because I've really wanted to figure out how in the world they were getting that tone on In Utero, and I finally figured it out. And I wish that I could sit here and tell you exactly what it is right now, but I can't. And there's a reason why that I can't, but just know soon, I'm about to drop the biggest Nirvana bomb on this channel, and it's gonna be really, really cool. And I'm super excited for it. Really, like, mainly the sound of In Utero is the quad reverb. And the Randall amp plugged into something really special that you're gonna see soon, which actually ties back to Nevermind and is the whole entire reason Nevermind sounds the way it does too. It's really good stuff. So I know this probably isn't the most exciting video of all time, and when I bought this HIWATT, I had a really awesome video planned for it, and it all just kind of fell apart because this cab, as great as it is, it's insanely cool. It doesn't have the tone that I'm looking for, and sometimes I just gotta come out and say it. I spent a bunch of money, I bought something that turned out to not be what I thought it was. Just like I went to Portland last weekend with my wife to buy a 65 Bassman cab.
Look at how gloomy it is. Such Pacific Northwest vibes. We're on the way to Portland.
Hour and a half left to go.
All to get that cabinet.
The Bassman cab. The things I do for this channel. Ah! Which also wasn't a good move. Oh, and speaking of, one of the really cool things I'm doing right now is I'm building a Farrington guitar. Yeah, you probably guessed it. I got the Bartolini pickups, which I actually tested, and I absolutely hate them. I can't stand the Bartolini pickups, and honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna put it in my Farrington. So right now I just took like the pick guard for my other Mustang with single coils and popped it on there just to test it out. And I'll say this, that Farrington body sounds so amazing. What's really interesting about the Farrington body is it's super, super thick. It's thick like a Jag, but it's a Mustang shape. It's made out of basswood, and mine weighs about 6 pounds. I think 12 ounces, something like. It's insanely light. It's like a featherweight. And I'm just gonna say this Farrington sounds bad fucking ass. And I've made a big discovery. I can't stand the hot reel. I hate the hot reel in the Mustang. It's phasey sounding. I was trying for like a year to get the heart-shaped box tone with that. Could never get it to sound right. Heart-shaped box is either done with a P90 on the Velino. Steve had P90s in his Velino. And I'm 100% positive actually, heart-shaped box is the Velino. And yes, I'm in the process of having an aluminum guitar built. Or the only other option it could be is the Farrington with the coil split switch. Danny wired it up to where you could do split, parallel, or series. I'll tell you this for sure, heart-shaped box is not done with a humbucker. Okay, so here's the studio recording of heart-shaped box, and then here's the Farrington with the single coil. You can tell it's definitely single coil, but here there's an extra harmonics going on because it's an aluminum guitar. So here's the Bassman's from the actual Nirvana record, and then here's mine down here. Alright guys, well I figured that's enough rambling. If you're new here, welcome. It's good to see you. And I promise you guys I have some really exciting videos coming. If you can hang on just a little bit longer, it'll all make sense soon. Peace.